Good morning and welcome to Cover 2 Cook. We're on episode 139. We have an action-packed college football, NFL on Sunday as well that starts at 8:30 and goes all the way to the night. We're going to talk about must-watch there, and we got to finish with Tim's best bets. I'm going to say it. We're going 4-0 this weekend. We're going 4-0. Do not say it because you're going to jinx yourself. We're going 4-0. So let's get it started.
Yeah. I was going to do a vertical jump there. Thank you, Socks.
Travel been to Indiana, and did Cover 2 Cook get you a good hotel?
Indiana? No, I'm in Louisiana. I'm here for Mardi Gras.
I know that this might be hard, but I don't know how much you remember Friday night since we left you damn near when you fell asleep.
I got my belly full, man. I was like, I warm covers and warm. I was like, I could go to sleep right now.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Jack Dorsey.
Final answer?
Yes.
Eh.
All right.
This is going to be a long fucking day.
All right, welcome back to Cover 2 Cook, episode 139. I'm here with Anthony and Tim. What a crazy weekend we have ahead of us, and it all starts tonight with the Thursday night football, and it goes on to Friday night with some college football, and then, of course, we have the Ryder Cup starting Friday, too. So it's a great weekend to be home. Tim, why don't you start me off with some of your must-watch this weekend?
I think the first one is the Oregon-Penn State. 6 versus 3. Big matchup in the Big Ten. This is a rematch of last season's Big Ten championship where Oregon defeated Penn State 43-37. This will be a whiteout game. You know, they always pick the certain games to be whiteout games. Well, they're picking this early in late September. I think the key to the Penn State is their offense with Drew Aller. I think, in the running game, they've got good running backs to that. Can Oregon's defense and defensive line keep up with it? I mean, this team brought a lot of returning starters back on the offense, and this is going to be their first true test this year at home. Oregon, I think to keep Oregon is Dante Moore. This is his first big game, and then offensive line, they're young. They lost a lot of players to the NFL. Can they respond in a big whiteout kind of? This is their first true road test on the road. So, I mean, this is, and my last thing is, can James Franklin win the big one? 5-20 against ranked teams, not good. So this, I think, is going to be a very good game. And it could possibly be one of the top games this year.
Yeah, that'll be a good one to watch. Anthony, are you going to watch this one?
Yep, I'm going to watch this game. I think it's a great game. I think it's one of these situations where both teams have not been tested yet. We don't know what these teams are. Penn State hasn't played. You go look at that top 25, and you're going to see a lot of teams that have proven themselves multiple weeks and multiple times, whether it's been good or bad. Notre Dame, for example, they're still ranked. They've played 2 great teams. Penn State and Oregon have not played anyone yet. So guess what? You're going to have it right in that whiteout game. I would love to attend one of these. I'll tell you right now, if there's any tickets for free, I can make my way over to Pennsylvania like nothing. But right. I think it'd be so much fun. I will say both teams, you just don't know what you're getting. But at the same time, that's exciting to see. I think the quarterback for both teams is really good. Drew Aller is definitely a step up. And I wonder, I felt like I've seen Penn State fans talk about this, the confidence. They're saying that he's lost confidence. Well, it might be because of how he finished last year. And sometimes don't take confidence as a lack of just focus. He's focused this year. So I think this would be a good game for Penn State. I think Penn State wins this game.
Okay. All right. I love the whiteout games. I always think they're fun, and it really includes the crowd. Like, there's a lot that's happening there. So I know that's definitely one of Anthony's go-tos for sure.
Yeah.
Bucket list. Yeah, for sure. Well, Anthony, what's your first must watch this weekend?
Yeah. And 1 second, Mr. Tim Cook, you're not betting on that last game, are you?
On this game, I thought it real heavy. If I were to bet on it, I'd take the under. I think this is going to be a very low-scoring game. I think the over-under is maybe 50-some or 40-some, but I'd take the under.
Of the Penn State-Oregon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If I were to bet on it.
But if you had to pick a team to win, who do you think wins?
Penn State.
Ooh.
I don't think that quarterback from Oregon has not seen the kind of pressure that he's going to see. He's not experienced. He's not a experienced quarterback. He never went into a wide or something like that ever. Mm-hmm. And that offensive line is not good. It's not good. I mean, they just not experienced anything like this before on the road. Yeah, no.
Who do you
Penn
got,
State.
Lisa? Who do you got?
On a whiteout game, Penn State all day.
All right, all right. Well, when we do these must-watch, let's talk about who's going to win it, because then we'll laugh at it when we get it
Yeah.
awfully wrong. My must-watch game: LSU versus Ole Miss. Ooh. Lane Kiffin, Brian Kelly. Lane Kiffin's out here trying to give documentaries and shit. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it. I don't care. Last year, LSU took down Ole Miss in overtime for a thriller. Now, it's time for Ole Miss to get that thriller back. I think Ole Miss at home against LSU, that is going to be exciting. And you ask me, how does LSU make sure they don't get upset? Run the ball, since Ole Miss has soft defense. They're very soft in the linebackers and D-line. Run that ball towards them. I know with the Nussmeier, you want to throw that ball? Just run the ball. While on the other side, LSU's defense needs to fly around freely. That is what you know about LSU's defense, right? They're always just head on a swivel, trying to make a play. Don't push Nussmeier into bad situations. When he can be just sitting in the pocket, that is when he is the best. When he gets outside that pocket, gets a little wild, that's when he either takes bad hits or throws a ball into interception. How does Ole Miss win? Well, they need to play fast on offense. Keep that pace. Keep that up go. That is Lane Kiffin's kind of MO at the same time. Just keep it up. You got to get a first down, though. Got to get productive plays. That's how you win this game. Stay ahead of the sticks. Final thing, they need to shut down the run and control the line of scrimmage. They have to do that on defense, but on offense too. You have to be able to run the ball. Line of scrimmage is going to determine this game. And the final way that Ole Miss wins this game is by a little faith. And I got faith in Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss wins this game.
Okay. All right. Tim, what do you have on this game?
I think Ole Miss tried to do it. Did you see Lane Kiffin's daughter dating now the linebacker from LSU?
Yep.
I think that's a ploy. Well, what a coincidence. They made it official the week that they're playing each other. Oh, I think Lane knew about it the whole damn time and said, "Go ahead, daughter, post that on there." This to have Brian Kelly think about this.
Yep.
I think LSU goes in there and beats them outright. I think Nussmeier, that defensive Ole Miss, yeah. I think he shits the bed again. Lane Kiffin, I ain't betting on him anymore. So I gotta bet. I gotta bet against LSU. I gotta take LSU. Brian Kelly, don't disappoint me, okay? Lane Kiffin, he can't win any kind of spread, and I think Ole Miss is favored by 3. I think I'll take LSU and get the points.
Oh, I think LSU's favored. I thought I saw LSU.
Oh, is okay. Yeah. Well, I don't care. I'm betting against Lane Kiffin all day. If we do it again next week, I'm taking the opposite team.
Well, and I'll say this: maybe it was posted so that they can get College Game Day to come to them, because then you got the storyline and good games. But
Right.
I guess Lane Kiffin's daughter doesn't move the needle. Lisa, who do you think wins?
I'm going to go with Ole Miss on this one. Hopefully, Anthony and I stand on the opposite side of Tim's luck.
Yeah. That's actually what no. Don't do that. We're going 4-0 this weekend. Don't do that. Don't do that. Hey, you want to keep the house? We got to go 4-0. We got to go 4-0.
All right, Tim. Well, why don't you take me into your second must-watch this weekend?
I think this must-watch is the USC-Illinois game. Ooh. This is a must-watch. USC for USC, Jaden Maeva, got to keep him upright. He's the quarterback. This season, the quarterback, he's got a 95.5% passing rating, and he gets the Illinois team that just got blown out by Indiana. For the last 10, Maeva had a heyday. Maeva might have a heyday against this Illinois defense. I mean, they just gave up 63 points to Fernando Mendoza. Illinois, I think for the big key, keep Allmeyer upright, and that defense better play better and get some pressure on Maeva. If it doesn't, USC might run away from them in Illinois.
All right. Well, I kind of think, in my opinion, if we want to skip Anthony real quick, I'm going to go with USC on this one. Anthony, what do you think?
Yeah, I think this would be a great game. I honestly do. I didn't see Lincoln Riley's comments. Did you see those? Mm-mm. That playing at 11 o'clock and playing at 11 o'clock? Because played at 11 o'clock night, at last weekend, and then playing at 11 o'clock. This just one at being at 11 o'clock at night, one being at 11 o'clock in the morning. I think this would be a great game. I think at the same time with USC, they are a high-powered offense. This does feel like a Lincoln Riley offense. Like But it also feels like a Lincoln Riley start of a season when you're like, oh my God, he's relevant again. By the end of the year, who knows? Illinois has to show a little bit more fight. If not, you will see recruits leaving. You'll see things because you can't get blown out 2 weeks in a row. We were talking about them going to the playoffs, or maybe I was talking about them going to the playoffs. But like, they cannot. They got to play them close. I think because it's at USC, I got USC winning this game.
It's in Illinois.
Oh, it's at Illinois.
It's at Illinois because it's an 11 o'clock game.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I still got USC.
I think it's USC. I think it's USC as well. I mean, it's just and the bad deal is this is homecoming, and then they have a bye. And I think they have Ohio State after their bye.
Yeah.
So you would think as a team from Illinois, you would want to go into the bye pretty, on a good note.
Yeah.
And they may not.
You know what?
I think
I'm reversing. I'm going to Illinois. You guys can have the USC. I'm going to Illinois. I think everything you just said right there, Coach. You got me motivated. I want to go through a wall. We're going to win that game.
All right. Okay.
All right. Well, Anthony, take me into your second must-watch.
So, Mr. Tim Cook did 2 Big Ten games. I'm coming with the second big SEC game. So, I talked LSU and Ole Miss. Now I'm talking Alabama, Georgia. Let's be honest. This is where College Game Day should have been. This is the storyline. Everything's great. Let me give you some interesting stats about this rivalry of Alabama and Georgia. Alabama and Georgia have played 9 times since 2008. All but one of these matchups has featured a team in the top 3.
Wow.
Okay? Think about that for a second. Last time these 9 times they played, one time outside of that where one team was is in the top 3. Crazy. Right. They will not be doing that this year. The last 3 times that the teams have faced off each other, one of them has been ranked number 1.
Wow.
That is dominance between these 2 teams. How do you not run that with the storyline? Oh, wait, and then guess who else is on your cast, College Game Day? Nick Saban. The man is a god in Alabama. And you didn't bring that there? Okay, just a tad bit disappointing. I know it's at Georgia. I know it's there. But still. Last thing, I haven't even got started. The last time Georgia played, they went into overtime with Tennessee. Okay, so remember that. Yeah. Tennessee took them down to the wire. They had a bye. Now they're playing Alabama. Gunnar Stockton grew up in that game, though. I feel like he looked composed. He didn't have any turnovers because that's the difference with Notre Dame in this one. Alabama beat Wisconsin on their last game. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah. Simpson did look good, though. Almost threw for 400 yards. Georgia's going to want to run the ball and control the clock. You already seen based on what they've done this year. They want to own the ball. If the ball's in their possession, they control the clock. Simpson needs to keep Alabama out of danger zones. He looked good against a great Wisconsin team. Okay, Wisconsin. Good Wisconsin team. He's going to go against a better Georgia team, a team that's going to come after you. You're going to have to stay controlled and composed. That's how they lost their one loss this year, is when he kind of gets a little too erratic. Georgia's going to want to cause that. I think they're going to get after him. I like Georgia. If I was betting on this game, I'm hitting Georgia.
All right. Tim, same feelings or different?
Well, I'd like to make a comment on this, but this is one of my best bets. Okay. So you'll have to listen later to figure out where I'm leaning towards.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm going to say Georgia as well.
I almost want to go out of Alabama because I know you like Georgia. And just Georgia. To hoot and holler at you the whole game.
Wow. It sounds like it's going to be pretty exciting this weekend at the Cookhouse, that.
And then you got Lowry. And her main name's Lowry. That's Europe as shit. So it's going to be real fun with the Ryder Cup as well.
I do. Well, yeah, I have a little bit, torn sides there. Are you kidding me? You're going to be hooting and hollering even if I did bet against you.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
I do think this will be a game that people will talk about. I do think it's going to be something that gets brought up. I do feel like it could go very well for Georgia because remember last year, Alabama came out and just it was like, what happened with Georgia? Alabama came out of nowhere. This was Caitlin DeBoer's coming out party. It was great. And then everything went bad. But I don't know why, but these teams, when they get on a field together, it's just magical.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also wondering in the back of my head, how many TVs are going to be upstairs this weekend?
It's going to be a good weekend.
We're going to be downstairs this weekend.
Oh, is that so? Okay. All right, Tim. Well, I think we're on to honorable mentions here. So we have Arizona and Iowa State playing. That is also a great game to watch. We'll also have Auburn versus Texas, A&M,
A&M.
and then BYU versus Colorado. So these are also good games to watch, but not the spotlight that Tim and Anthony wanted to talk about, but still must watch. All right, well, now let's move into the NFL. We have a reminder here because, like I said, we have a very busy weekend. We start NFL 8 a.m. Central Standard Time on Sunday morning. Who is playing there?
The Vikings are, so you know we're watching it.
I just hope there's a coffee for me. That's all I ask for.
Shit, there'll be breakfast. There'll already be money on the table. It's 8:30. We're going. It's game time.
Starting early. And then, of course, we have our must-watch for NFL. So, Anthony, start me off. What is your must-watch for the NFL this weekend?
Yeah, Eagles versus Buccaneers. Both teams are 3-0. Both teams actually won on the last second. If you remember, Bucks kicked a field goal to win. Eagles blocked a field goal to win last week. Tampa's going to have to stop the run against the Eagles. And actually, they've done that pretty well this year so far. But you haven't faced Jalen Hurts, who squats like 709,000 pounds, and Saquon Barkley that can jump over people while also, doing a Heisman. So who's going to stand out in this game? A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Those are going to be two big targets. I think you do it what you did last week. Just throw the one-on-one coverage. And obviously when A.J. Brown can grab one over his head like that, ain't no worries. This game will be determined by the line of scrimmage. I don't care if you're talking about Tampa's offense or Eagles' offense. That line of scrimmage is going to determine this game because both are just fighty, just very brawly kind of teams. Tampa will need to play this game close. They're going to be in a dogfight all game. If they let this get out of hand, it's going to get real out of hand real fast. Final thing I'll say, too, is Chris Godwin is questionable about this game. Doesn't sound like he's going to be playing. But Baker Mayfield has had a great year so far. 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Baker for MVP? Who knows right now?
Okay. Well, in my opinion, I'm going to take the Eagles because for Saquon. So, Tim, what is your opinion for this game?
I think the big key is, can Baker find another receiver?
Yep.
Now they say Ibuka might be lingering with some injuries as well. I did hear that Godwin is still questionable for this week. So I mean, they may have to lean on Janelle McMillan, and I think they're going to have to run on the running attack with Bucky Irvin and Rashad White. I mean, because Baker ain't got a whole lot to throw to. I mean, this is going to be tough. I agree with you. It's going to be on the trenches, but I think Philadelphia wins. They're just playing. I mean, I think they had their hardest game so far this year with the Rams because I think the Rams kind of had their number, but I just don't think the Buccaneers have enough weapons to keep up with Philadelphia.
I'm going to go with Tampa, and here's why. Because Bowles finds a way to make Jalen Hurts just a tad bit worse that day. And if I remember correctly, isn't that Tampa's the one that gave him the concussion, Jalen Hurts, I think, last year? Right? Like later in the year that caused all that other shit. It just finds a way, or Todd Bowles, it's going to be Todd Bowles versus Jalen Hurts, and I like Todd Bowles in this game. At home.
Okay. Right.
Huh. Okay. Good to know. All right, Tim, well, what's a must-watch game for you this Sunday?
Oh, this is going to be a barn burner. Packers, Cowboys. Oh, my. Reporters asked Jerry Jones this week if they were going to give a video tribute to Micah Parsons. You know what he said? Not a chance in hell. Now, I'm paraphrasing, but they said, no way in heck we're going to do that. He was here for 4 years. He gave us 4 great years here, but we're not going to do anything like that. Do I think he deserves one? No. For one, they didn't win anything. He was there for 4 years.
Yeah.
No. They give one to Ezekiel Elliott, but he was there 6 years. But he didn't win nothing either. So I think this is Jerry saying, up yours, my friend.
Yep.
Because I'm not doing anything for you. You didn't do nothing for us. I'm not doing anything for you. And I don't think he really deserves one. I mean, if you would have won a championship with him when he was there, yeah, okay, maybe. But he was only there for 4 years. I mean, he gave him 4 great years, but it was only there for 4 years. That's just my opinion. So Mike is back in the house, where he started his career. In 3 games, Packers have given up an average of 14.7 points per game. Ooh, that's a pretty good defense. While Dallas has given up 30. Oh, I think the key to the Packers is keep the pressure away from Love and let him throw the ball down the field. They got to get Josh Jacobs back going. He only had like about 40 yards last week. Packers are without their 2 offensive linemen. That's going to be a key too. Something to watch.
Yep.
And can they keep Love upright? I think they can because Dallas defense is terrible, and I think Green Bay gets healthy in this game. For Dallas, limit the turnovers, as the Cowboys had 4 turnovers last week against an average Bears team, Bears defense. Without CeeDee Lamb, I think Dallas, the key, the X factor, that is going to be George Pickens and Kevon Turpin. They have got to get him the ball because if they don't, Jake Ferguson, I think, is a great depth down person for Dak, but I think to stretch the field and make this a game, I think they got to get Turpin involved as well. I cannot say what I like because this is going to be one of my bets. Best bet.
Well, I'm here rooting for the Packers this weekend. I don't understand why they feel like they need to do like an in memoriam video for Micah. Like, I don't understand that. Like,
I don't either.
But Anthony, what do you think about this? Should he have a video?
No, he shouldn't have a video. And also, too, it's the most awkward situation. Like, I can't imagine being a player on the other team and being like, oh, hey, thank you for all what you've given. Like, you either get emotional because it was great, or it's one of these things where it's like, oh, wait, didn't you trade my ass? Didn't you release me? Also, let's just remember, Micah's agent was the one that said he could shove it up his behind. Yeah, so I think Jerry Jones is also being like, yeah, you can shove it up your behind. I do love that Kenny Clark is still relevant because of this trade. People are asking him, what is it going to be like tackling Jordan Love? Well, bud, I don't think you're going to have to worry about it because I don't think you're going to get to Jordan Love. This game, I think, is going to be a rout. I think the way that the Packers can spread the ball around is the worst thing that the Cowboys can do because the Cowboys can't stop one wide receiver. They're not going to be able to stop 3 or 4 because that's what the Green Bay Packers bring. I think it's going to open up the run. Josh Jacobs needs like 7 touchdowns this weekend. Nothing less.
For your fantasy?
Yeah, he might be on my fantasy. So, yeah. But, no, I think this is a blowout. I have the Packers winning this one. And whatever the point spread is, so I like it.
So let me ask this question. Do you think Micah will be welcomed back or booed by the fans?
I think booed. I think booed because I think booed only because of how it all ended when we found out that there was a contract on the table and Micah was not coming to the table anymore. If I was a fan, that's what I'd be mad about. Like whether who said what and blah 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 and who tried to do all that. There was a contract on the table to stay in Dallas, and he said no. And then Jerry Jones said, "You know what? You're gone then." And then it was too late for Micah to come back. So.
Okay. Well, Tim, do you think he'll be welcome?
That's a good question because do the people boo or cheer? If they cheer for him, does Jerry get even more mad over that of the fans, or do they boo just for Jerry? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Yeah. I agree with what you're saying, but I think they cheer for him because they give him 4 good years. The only bad deal is they didn't win nothing, and they may not blame him on not winning anything. They might blame on Dak.
Yeah. Well, and Cowboys fans are, they're just out there anyways. So because it's crazy that you could be like, oh, an owner wants you to boo, so they'll boo. Like that's how Cowboys fans are. Like they're just like so. Yep. I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of them lost respect for Jerry Jones over this whole situation, but still a lot of them they'll clean his boots if they could.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Anthony, why don't you take me into your next must-watch game this weekend?
Yes, this is the Colts versus the Rams. Should be 2 3-0 teams since the Rams got their field goal blocked. They are 2-1. The Colts? Are we seriously talking about the Colts a must-watch? Yes, we are. Daniel Jones. I wish Minnesota would have kept him. Daniel Jones has brought a new light to this Colts offense. Now, Colts are number 2 in points per game. They are also number 2 in yards per game. So think about this. Yet alone did that offense have a quarterback tapping out at the end of the year. They had Joe Flacco throwing the ball. They are now the 2nd in the NFL. Think about all these teams that have great offenses. They're 2nd. This has opened up Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor looks young again, looks agile, had 3 coming off a 3-touchdown game. I think for Rams, they got to get pressure on Daniel Jones. And they have the players to do that. I think they can get after him. They also have DBs that can control control the wide receiver at the line of scrimmage. So can they release? Can they get off the line? On the other side, what do the Rams got to do to win this game? The Rams have to, and I'm going to say this, play the entire game. Don't get out to these leads and let teams come back, or don't try to play from behind all the time. Just play your game. It's obvious. Devontae Adams there is a great decision. Puka there, good decision. Kyron Williams, you have the option. Stafford, I didn't even know he had a back problem. He's been looking solid this year. Just play your game. Stop trying to play 20 minutes at a time. Play the full game. They win this game if they can do that. But I'm taking Pat McAfee's Colts to win this game.
Wow.
Going 4-0.
I'm also feeling the Colts. I mean, I feel like I've said it each time we've recapped after, on Tuesdays. It's like I keep watching the Colts game. Like my eyes just keep targeting that. They're doing really well. And like you're saying, if they're number 2 in points and number 2 in yards, that's why they're on the red zone. So that's why I'm watching them.
Yeah. Right. That is true.
Tim, what do you think about this?
Is this at LA?
Yes.
Yeah, I like the Rams. I like the defense makes. We said this last week.
I know.
He's going to turn into a pumpkin. I think he does this week. The Rams defense is a lot better than the Titans defense. I can guarantee you that. So I think Jared Verse, what they've got Fisk is going to run Daniel Jones ragged. And I think they slow down Jonathan Taylor, and Matthew Stafford throws the ball for probably 300 yards. I like the Rams.
Yeah, well, I think you're going to have to keep saying this every week until like Halloween. He's going to turn into a pumpkin. It's got to happen this weekend. I just don't know. I mean, Daniel Jones looks, and it just brings this whole light into this quarterback's going to another. If I was a player in the college football, I wouldn't want to be the first overall pick. Let me be like mid or end of first round or even second round. I'll take somewhere else where I can build. You're seeing Daniel Jones in an okay organization.
Right.
And he's successful.
I think, Anthony, if he comes out and throws the ball good and their team wins, you cannot take it away from now.
Yeah.
You've played all the teams. I mean, you haven't played all the teams, but through 4 weeks, he's the real deal. I think if he plays well, if good this week, I think he's found his system, and you got to take him serious then. If they win this week against the Rams.
Well, you got to remember, there was a conversation of him not starting. Like, Anthony Richardson's still there.
Right.
Like, that could have been a situation where the Colts are 0-3 and Anthony Richardson's stepping in this weekend.
Yeah.
Like, instead it's the opposite. I mean, he goes 4-0, he goes 5-0. He might be getting a contract on the table.
Right.
Like, this is your team now.
Yep.
Danny Dimes.
Danny Dimes.
Danny Dimes.
All right, Tim, what's your second must-watch game?
Baltimore and Kansas City. Both teams need a win because neither team wants to start 1-3 this year. Ooh. Yeah. I think the key for the Chiefs must exploit that defensive line of the Ravens, as the Lions did that last week, running roughshod. Now I seen the day where that Mabuke may not play. The neck injury might be more serious than they thought. So that's not good. Also for the Chiefs, they got to get Worthy going. I mean, I think the biggest deal is Ravens got a great secondary with Marlon Humphreys, but this other kid is not good. He's not good at all. I can't think of the kid's name, but he's not good. And I think they've got to. If they get Worthy back involved and get the ball to Thornton, I think they'll do well. They got to get Pacheco going. I mean, I got him on my fantasy, and between him and Kareem Hunt, they have not done anything whatsoever. So I think for the Ravens, establish run and stick with it. Stick with something that don't keep moving around. Lamar looked like hot garbage last week. He's now bitching. You had King Henry throwing his helmet around and falling off the bench. So I mean, and also too, Henry's got to stop fumbling the ball. 3 fumbles in 3 games. That's not good. I mean, how does he respond? Because I tell you what, Steve Spagnuolo is going to dial up some stuff. The DC for Chiefs, he's going to be dialing up, and they better be prepared for this game. I'm going to go with Baltimore on the road. I think they respond, but I think the Chiefs go 1-4 in this game, or 1-3. I like Baltimore.
Yeah, it's hard for me because I would think of the Chiefs, they would do well at home. But honestly, I'm kind of leaning towards the Ravens too. I think it's going to be a bounce back week. I think they're going to get their shit together and they'll play well. Anthony, what do you think?
Yeah, I'll say who I think is going to win at the end because I got to persuade myself. So
Okay.
the defense of the Ravens is built to beat teams like Kansas City and Cincinnati. Dan Orlowski said that first. I'm not going to say that I thought of that. Dan Orlowski said that, right? So, Kansas City's one of those teams. But what happened? Why couldn't they beat Detroit? Well, because Detroit wants to be physical. So Kansas City has to come into this game and want to be physical. How do you do that? You Kareem Hunt and you get Pacheco the ball. Run that ball down their throat. But can they do that? And that is, I think, why I will go with the Ravens. I think the Ravens has just been fluke after fluke after fluke. I think this team is way better. And Isaiah Likely, got to get him back into that groove eventually too, because he hasn't played yet this year. If they can get him back in, I think their wide receivers are okay. But King Henry, I think this could be one of those games where if you got him on fantasy, you're going to win this week. I got Ravens winning.
All right. All right. Well, that brings us to Tim's best bets. So now that he's teased us that you got to wait till the end, we are here at the end. Tim, tell us your best bets.
All right, the first game, we're going to stay in the Big Ten again. Rutgers and Minnesota. Rutgers has won 3 of the last road openers as an underdog. Minnesota has covered the spread in 7 of the last 8 games in September as a home favorite. This is a revenge game for the quarterback, and I cannot say his name properly, so I will not. He played for Minnesota, now he plays for Rutgers. And he's going up against his former team, Minnesota. The Gophers defense has issues in the last game against Cal. I like Rutgers getting 5.5 on the road against Minnesota. Alabama, Georgia. Georgia is 0-5 against the spread in its last 5 home openers, while Alabama is 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 road games. So which one do I take? I think I'm going to take Georgia. The defense carries the team against Ty Simpsons, and Alabama doesn't play well on the road. The 3.5 points scare me. That hook scares me. Yeah. That half a point scares me. So if it goes either way, by the time you're ready to bet on Saturday, but Georgia has not lost a home opener since 2019, or they haven't lost a home game since 2019, and they don't lose today. Give me Georgia, and I'll give you the 3.5 points. Green Bay and Dallas. The underdog has covered the spread in each of the last 6 games between the Packers and the Cowboys. The Packers have won 10 of the last 11 games against the Cowboys. I like the Packers. I think Love and Jacobs get it right in this game, as Dallas defense is horrible. I also think Micah has a monster game against his former team. So give me the Packers, and I'll give you that hook. Again, scares me. 7.5. Yeah. But I still like the Packers. And we're going to do a little early morning betting. We're going to do the Minnesota Steelers game. The Vikings have won 7 of the last 8 games against AFC opponents. The Steelers have failed to cover the spread in each of the last 5 games as underdogs. Both these are 2-1, and both have questions at the QB position. I like the Vikings defense better than the Pittsburgh. So give me the Vikings, and I'll give you the 2.5.
Wow. I feel like there's a lot of confidence there. There's a lot of energy there.
4-0, baby. 4-0.
We're gonna manifest.
Yeah. It's like Family Feud, though, when he does give it. It's like, that's a good answer. And there's some of that I'm like, that's an awful answer. That sucks. We're talking about Rutgers and Minnesota for betting.
Yeah.
You were like, he swapped. He went to a different team. Who? Like, nobody knows because
his name is Alex, and it begins with a K. I think it's Greek. His name is, but he played for Minnesota. He plays for Rutgers now.
Yeah, but it's Minnesota.
And he's going back home to Minnesota.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter what I can say his name or not. It's Minnesota and Rutgers.
Right.
Like, I gave out so many honorable mention games, and we go with Minnesota.
And we're scraping the bottom of the Big Ten to be like, this game.
Hey, you never know. Hey, that's where you find your gems.
Yeah.
Gems, so.
Yeah. All right. Settle down. No, I think we're going 4-0 this weekend. I like it. So that is episode 139. We talked college football because we got an action-packed Friday night. You got Florida State, Virginia, TCU, and Arizona State playing Friday night. Enjoy those games. And then we gave you our must-watch. And then we moved to the NFL where we talked about the must-watch there. Tim gave his best bets. We got the Ryder Cup starting Friday. Turn on your phone, turn your TV on, watch some of the Ryder Cup, go USA. And then we get college football Saturday, NFL Sunday. We'll be back on Monday where we'll be talking, recapping what happened throughout the weekend. Hopefully that by the time we're celebrating the U.S. winning the Ryder Cup. But we'll give the results of the best bets. If you like what we do, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of them. We love our fans. Come watch us on Sunday. Thank you so much. Have a good weekend.